Yo, what is good, Jaces? So if you're anything like me and have spent seasons lathering yourself in garlic to fend off ever having to pick up a wingman, I have some bad news to share, because Count 1 Tapula has turned a new clove, making him a prime candidate to appear in your loot pool. Whether you like it or not, the wingman is the way forward. If you are aiming to improve your gunplay and clutch up in those nail-biting 1v3s, then what better way to practice than to force buy it round after round in the new Arenas game mode? Well, you might ask, what's the advantage of trying to improve your wingman skills in Arenas over the regular BR mode? For one, in the BR, you could be dead long before you catch sight of this handheld fiend, whereas in Arenas, at a mere cost of 500 crafting materials, you're set to warm up that trigger finger from round 1. But the perks of the arena do not end there. Despite only having the option to charge into the fold with iron sights in round 1, from there on in, you'll be able to upgrade the wingman at ease, and with every upgrade, you'll have access to a host of variable attachments and scopes that you'd have no control over finding in the BR. One significant advantage is the 3v3 format. This completely eliminates the fear of being third-partied and gives you ample opportunity to settle on a range that is comfortable for you, and to get a true feel for the bullet velocity of the wingman depending on your style of play. If range is your cup of tea, you can use the carefully designed terrain and cover to deal poke damage and assist your team to move up with a 2x bruiser perched in place. Well, perhaps you prefer to have slightly more control over proceedings. Then you can hold a vantage point in the middle portion of the map to deny your enemy sight lines or to slow their push towards the supplies. Now, if you are beaming with confidence and hitting all of your shots, use the map design to pave a flank route behind the enemy team and bop them with the unsuspected headshot. This game plan will mostly favour players who snap their aim and like to reactively flick onto opponents up close, whereas mid to long range duels will reward calmer players who keep their crosshairs centred without too much left or right mouse or analog stick movement. In my humble opinion, in light of wanting to improve your wingman aim, the arena shines brightest for its round-based structure. Unlike dying and having to re-queue in BR, if you miss all of your shots and die in arenas, you can both mentally and physically reset to go again the next round, without having to tirelessly scour the map for another chance at finding a wingman. And let's not forget that every time you find your target, that acquisition is meaningful due to the enemy team being unable to disengage or escape the fight confines of the map, and having a limited pool of meds and abilities to turn the tides of the battle. The last but not least pro to using the wingman in arenas is the length of each round. With the zones closing so frequently, you are forced to adapt to the limitations of being pressed for time and having to constantly think about the best positioning to gain the most from using the wingman. Verticality takes precedence, and cover is king, and any pressure felt simulates that of the endgame zones in the BR, which can only be good to aid you in your pursuit of winning more games. So here is the moral of the story. The next time you feel like giving up and quitting, just wing it until you win at it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll have you in my sights. Peace!